setup. There's one at Halfway Fortress with the Ultra Great Sword, and you'll see that he has a shield. Okay. I know which one you're talking about. I just completely forgot that these guys even have shields on them. I think I just got used to two-handing with the other builds that I completely forgot that all of the builds actually have a shield as part of it. So yeah, if I seem a little bit sluggish or a little bit tired, I ate a lot of dinner. So that is entirely what's going on there. We had some orange chicken and rice the other night, and I heated up some leftovers, and now I am absolutely stuffed. Oh boy. It was just like a giant playthrough. There was a lot of chicken. It was one of those weird amounts of food where like it was a lot for one person to eat, but for two people to split, it wasn't quite enough for either, you know? Oh man, getting bullied in my face hole. Da, 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 da. Nice and easy, nice and easy. So yeah, after stream yesterday morning, so what, we finished stream like 1 p.m. Eastern. We left like 15 minutes later to go, we were doing some wedding registration stuff. So we were at that store from like 1:30 to at least like 3:30, and then we went and got some food, and then we went to, they had a bigger one of those stores down the road a little bit, and then we were there probably for another couple hours. Like we didn't get home until after 7 then. Wedding registration, man. I mean, the people were very helpful. There's just a lot of stuff to think about. There's just an absolute crap ton of stuff to think about when it comes to registering for a wedding. And it kind of sucks because we don't have a house. So it's like, it's hard to think about what you would want for like other bedrooms and bathrooms and all of that stuff. So we kind of have in mind for like a guest bedroom, but not really stuff for a second bathroom, even though that might not be a bad thing to have. So maybe we'll have to revisit that. I don't know. There's just so much to consider in regards to all of that stuff. But at least that stuff is largely done now. Should only be minor changes to things. And I might have to bring this up again later, but if any of you guys have like robot vacuums, right, like Roombas, that type of thing, I would appreciate some suggestions if you happen to know anything about them. Problem is, some of them get pretty expensive, so it's like finding the best combination of cost-efficient and still good quality. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't need that bonfire. You've had two and they're kind of jank? Well, that's why it's like, so the better ones are typically way more expensive. I know there are ones that have better routing and different things like that, so it's like, well, do you just splurge on it? Do you... I don't know, it's hard because you're asking for it as a gift, right? So like, if it's something super expensive, then you won't get it. So, you know, trying to keep in mind that you know, as part of the equation as well. Are you a bad person for putting a troll in with the flowers? When you say troll, do you mean like a troll doll? Or like a troll comment? Don't let it run over your cat's crap. It will clean everything so efficiently. Well, I can imagine that's pretty bad, yeah. Fortunately, our cat has not done anything like that. He's thrown up like 2 times. I should have rolled it. Okay, well. He's thrown up like maybe 2 times, but we've cut back his food a lot. He'll just like gorge himself, and that's the real issue we've run into with him. Man, that was like a super stored input. Alright, let's see if we can get the stagger. There it is. There you go, big boy. Hey, Owen. How are you doing? Troll comment? I mean, personally, not my taste, but at the same time, I don't know what kind of relationship you had with her. You know, that troll comment could be very much so in the vein of the kind of relationship that you have. So I think that's a personal call. I think that's a very personal call. Alright. So let's swing on around here. What are we playing? We're playing some Dark Souls 3, man. Playing some Dark Souls 3, dressed up like the Dark Knight. Or Black Knight, not the Dark Knight. I'm not Batman. I'm Batman. Yeah, just running through, beating the game as one of the characters. Why? I feel like you should be able to break the chair while she's on it. It's unrealistic. There's no way she takes that much damage away from it. Oh man. I do, once you get to these higher new games and stuff, I do wish that I could buff these weapons. You know? That was not worth it. I got greedy. I was like, can I squeeze in a hit here with that attack? You might be able to if your weapon is like super, super quick. This is not one of those weapons though. Reason you put it there is and wants everything picture perfect. Everything has to go through for her. So you put your girlfriend's name on the card with yours, but the aunt never met the girlfriend? Well, I mean, I can't go for that. Cannot go for that. I mean, I don't know that putting her name on there is so bad. I mean, she may not have met her, but like if Catherine and I had something happen on her side of the family that, yeah, I'd ever met, it's still gonna be something from both of us because we're a couple. So, I mean, I don't think that's too far-fetched of a thing. What other games do I play? We've been playing some Mario stuff lately. Just got Mario Maker 2, so that's gonna be something that we play a bit more of. And just a variety of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of Dark Souls 3. This is most of what we, or not most. It's about half of what we play. But yeah, Mario's been a more recent thing, and then we sprinkle some other stuff in there. Just played through Link's Awakening recently. Kind of like to have a side game to work through story-wise. So we've got Subnautica that we've been playing here and there. Didn't miss any bugdom. What's going on, Jite? Welcome back, dude. No, you didn't miss nothing. We've only fought like 3 bosses. Gosh darn it, though. The only thing that's buggy right now is my internet, which sucks. And threw a fit when a friend wanted to help. She wants it family only. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think anything of putting it on there. From Ireland, oh nice. I am from East Coast US. Nothing so fancy. But that's cool. I've never been to Ireland. I've actually never been to Europe, but I will be going to Europe in is it June next year? So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be pretty cool. Please, Jite, hold my internet. Hold it nice and close. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it! I love that episode. There's nothing like the original SpongeBob's, man. Like the first 2 seasons of that show, fantastic. I mean, there's some good stuff spread throughout some of the seasons after that, but there's a soft spot in my heart for the early SpongeBob cartoons. So good. So good. Alright, so we just need to run back to the door and then back to Osiris and Champ. I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, it's the same thing as every playthrough. If I have a character with the sword, that means that I have to use this sword to parry on Pontiff. And this sword, or this shield is kind of crappy when it comes to parrying. You know, the Black Knights aren't so terrifying when you encounter them out in the game, but when you stare at their face super close. Oh, you can't parry with it? Well, that's good to know. Is it a ah. Yes, of course. Cause that would be me. I'm like, I'll try and parry with it, and then I do that in front of Pontiff and get wrecked. So thank you. Thank you for the heads up on that. I would have made a fool out of myself. I tried to roll, but okay. I normally stream at 4500 bitrate, but I dropped it down to like 3800 right now, just because my bitrate is fluctuating, and it's dropping down. It's dropping even worse than it was at the start of the stream. Because now it's dropping down to like 2000 at times. I just figured I'd lower the bitrate a bit, so in case there's minor fluxes, but like right there it hit 1900, so at 1300, oh great. That sucks, man. Like, this is the first time that I've had like fluctuating bitrate since I've been at this apartment for over a year. My internet's been great. It's only dropped out twice, which is way better than what I can say happened with Comcast.
Come out. Don't be afraid. You're the child of dragons. What could you possibly...
Ideally, I'd be able to get some sort of headshots on him, but Mr. Turco, howdy, hey sir, what's going on, man? I really wanted the headshot. Not gonna lie. Try it. Getting a little greedy with it, but I want to get the stagger. Ah. Boo! Boo to you, sir. Show me your face. Not like that. Don't show me your face like that. Ooh, you got a new bed? Nice, dude. New beds are always a feels good, man. Get out of here! Be gone, thought. Be gone. Yeah, hopefully stream at 4K. 4K bitrate or like 4K resolution, because those are two drastically different amounts of requirement. Oh, in my bed. I read in my new bed. I am dumb. Don't mind me just trying to play a video game and read chat at the same time. Clearly I'm not the best at multitasking, forgive me. Forgive me, Turco, for I have sinned. Yeah, what's up, Play? How you doing, dude? It was good to be able to catch your stream the other night. I hope you had fun streaming with your wife. Not getting a 10 gig upload connection? What? You can't get that kind of connection in Italy? This is news to me. Hey man, I have no idea. I didn't think so, but you never know. You never know. Either way, I mean 4K bitrate's pretty comfortable. 4K bitrate's pretty comfortable. I use 4500. I think it was simply because of this game, actually. I think my internet can take higher because I have 100 up. 100 megs up. But if we run this game, anything above 4500 seem to take a hit. Now I just have ISP issues at the moment, so it doesn't matter what bitrate I stream the game at. OBS and my computer can handle it. It's just my internet can't. Yo, Aaron. Welcome back, dude. Country with the best internet in the world, Italy? I mean, that's what you always hear, right? My thank you, Deuce. My thank you. What's going on, man? Be happy with 1500, but you'll pay for 20 up, so hopefully 4K works. Yeah, see, like 4500 is honestly pretty conservative considering I have 100 megs up. It really is just because this game. I think if I was streaming other games, I can handle a stronger bitrate. I just haven't tried. Because I think Twitch has a limit on 6K, if I recall correctly. Gotta stream near so you're in the same boat. Yeah, like if I'm playing... If I'm playing like something on the Switch and I'm gonna be using a capture card, then in theory I should be able to go to 6K. Big streamers can go above 6K? They can only go to like 8 maybe? I like how if you, like that attack stays down long enough that I can actually stay underneath the hitbox. Just parry? Alright, you got it, Chief. Ha! Got him. I sure showed him how good of a parrier I am. Haha! Nice try. Nice try, Gundir. Okay, I tried to get fancy, but in fact I was still too close. Luis! Internet's taking a dump right now, so you're watching at 160p. Do you have Fios as well, Luis? Because I'm having ISP issues. I'm dropping some frames every so often. Eat it! Hello, son. How are you today? Every time you're here, I'm facing Champ Gundir. I mean, Champ is like the 5th boss that I fight, so If you show up early enough in the stream, I will be fighting. Don't think Comcast has that. Fair enough. I don't know why I didn't need to drink that. Romania, Estonia, and some other Eastern European countries have insane internet quality. I'm not entirely surprised about Romania, but I don't know about the other ones. Because I know, like, we have an office in Romania, and I know Romania has, they're, like, pretty strong in the, like, telecommunications and stuff. But I guess all of those countries that kind of came out of that post, like, Cold War Soviet Union stuff were pretty advanced, because they had, like, different pockets of expertise. I'm going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way. Vider? How are you doing, Vider? Tried to download drivers for some of the new stuff, and it's 10 hours for 575 megs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, Skylord. What's up, man? Speed Souls Charity Marathon is over. Oh, no. How was it? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was busy as all get out yesterday, and then was hanging out with Catherine today before she went to work. Orders of pizza, nice dude. What kind? Choose wisely. Raise $7,000. That's awesome. Did you have a favorite run that you got to see this weekend out of the marathon? Because I know you said that there were some other categories from Souls runners that were going on that were non-Souls. I will say, the one thing about it getting colder that's nice, my tap water comes out colder, and it stays colder for longer. I have like a nice chilled drink at the moment, so that's a nice little change of pace.
Then shall we begin?
DS1 all bosses race. Who ran in that?
Then shall we begin?
Because that could be a pretty good race depending on who you got in that. Getting high here. Well, you're on the other side of the equator, my friend. Oh, I'm out of leveling. Feels bad, man. Ooh, Catalyst and Capitaine. Yeah, that's a nice race. That is a very nice race. Find someone that gets happy about you, like Homie gets happy about chilled tap water. Hey, that is something to be happy about. When it's warm in your apartment, you get some tap water out, and it sits there for a few minutes. Then it's just room temperature, which is fine in that moment. But when you get to that moment where your tap water and your glass is still slightly chilled, refreshing. Now, you know, we could do something similar with like a, I don't know, some sort of soda or anything like that. So, hey, Coke, Pepsi, you know, you guys are listening. I'm open to some sort of a deal here. Hell, I'll even settle for like Giant or like a grocery store. You know? They have okay sodas as well. Not going down the route though of energy drinks. Consider it a fridge, but then that's an extra step. You know? So like first I gotta get the tap water out and into some sort of container. Then I need to place it in the fridge and wait. And time, my friend, is precious. So if I can tap and instantly be gratified, oh, now we're talking. Consider putting the tap water in the cup. Just. Well, you see, I don't have the luxury of having a tap right next to my computer in which I could just go. I think it's for the better for everyone that that's not a thing. Hold on, guys. Need to get a drink real quick. Just like tilt my head under a sink that's right next to my chair. Slurp when? That's a great question. That falls right into partner when, you know? And that's the question we've been asking ourselves for over 3 years now, so. Like I've said before, I'm on the Dan's gaming plan. We're going for getting partnered in 7 years total. So I've got like 3.5 years left to get partnered. The slow grind. Then all of your emote dreams can come true. One of those extendable fountains, then keep adding yeah, I'll just have like a tube. You know, I'm not willing to run my Ethernet cable through the apartment, but hell, I'll run a tube for water straight from the faucet. 144 Ps. Yeah, can you imagine like 4 years Twitch is like, you know what? We'll just open up a ton of... We'll just give them a crap ton more emote slots. That'll be a way to keep this streaming thing incentivized. Feels so good to have your computer set up. Are you all set up at your, I think you said your sister's place? How is that going, by the way? Because I know, like, with your stream time and stuff, I don't know if you're in a different part of the house enough that you can stream and not wake anybody up. So exhausted? What do you mean you're exhausted? We got an extra hour of sleep last night. Should be reeling and ready to go. I mean, I can't really say much because I ate a big dinner, and so I am in and out of, like, food coma at the moment. Well, I guess, I don't know. The only thing with, like, getting the extra hour of sleep is if your body slept from the same time to the same time, right? And got an extra hour, and so suddenly, like, your sleep cycle is off. Because, you know, you can oversleep or undersleep, miss sleep cycles, things like that. Thought you overslept until 11 today, and it's like, oh god. Well, we threw ourselves off, because, like, our phone's updated, and then I updated the clock in the bedroom, but we had forgotten to update the clock on, like, the stove and the microwave. So then, like, later in the day, Catherine thought she had to go to work. And she's, like, starting to get ready. And then we remembered that we hadn't updated those yet. I feel so robbed right now, tree. There we go. Don't do me dirty like this. See, I needed like an overhand swing. Or overhit. Oh no. I need like an overhead. Is this overhead? That is overhead. That might be the way to go. Hey, daylight savings, don't have it in your state. That must be nice. I mean, my grandparents, I have family in Arizona, and they don't have it, because like the mountain time zone, or at least most of the mountain time zone, is no daylight savings. So like not having to worry about that is pretty handy. All right, let's go overhand so that we can smack the things we need to. You guys are ditching daylight savings time in a few years. I know there's been a lot of talks about it in recent years, but come on, I just want to reach up and get it. Yeah, there we go. I know there's been talks about it in the past number of years, you know, different places around the world that are trying to cut it. It's still the hard thing because, like, there still are farmers and stuff, but there's the argument, I think, about, like, the week or two after daylight savings, like, accident rates and stuff are higher, I believe, because the bodies aren't adjusted and some people are, like, super tired from it and things like that, which is kind of scary, you know, to think, like, because the time has shifted that people aren't quite adjusted. Super tired. Yeah, well, I think it's normally in the spring when you lose an hour of sleep. Oh no, why? Oh Lord, he coming. Oh God, ah. Joke's on them, super tired all the time. I've, like, gotten mostly used to my amount of sleeping, because I sleep roughly around a sleep cycle. Like, I sleep around 6 to 7.5 hours. And I think every hour and a half is a sleep cycle, so yeah, I try and stay in that range. I don't know. I like being up early enough to not feel like I missed out on a lot of my day, and then I also like staying up late. So I have this, it's hard. I try and maximize as many hours out of the day as I can while still being a functioning human. 90/50 blood pressure? What's the normal blood pressure? Because I don't even know what mine is. It's like 120/80 or something like that. Shows how much I paid attention in health class. It's weird, you should be okay. She has a 1-year-old. Let's hope he sleeps. So are you in, like, a different part of the house, though, that, or at least your streaming stuff would be, that you should be fine to talk and not wake anybody? 130/90 for a male adult? Honestly, like, that's stuff that I probably should know. But I honestly just have no idea, because they take it, they're like, yeah, you're good. I'm like, okay. So, presumably I just have, like, the norm. Doctor asked how you were awake when she measured you. Be like, I don't know, this is normal. I mean, I guess it would be like if it wasn't a normal thing for you, then yeah. But if it's just how it goes, then yeah, you can only assume that that's why. Nice Twitch payouts to get a 1660. I apologize. I'm like super all over the place with chat right now. 1660 Ti GPU, so you can run near at a decent frame rate. Nice, man. What are you currently running, by the way? You're so out of it today that you called off streaming. I've been there. I definitely can say that I've called off stream because it's just like it's getting to be like stream time. And it's like, or it'll be like 7:30 when I normally start, and I'll just be like sitting at my kitchen table, like pondering how I'm supposed to function for the next several hours. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably just a smart thing to cancel stream for tonight. Like, I've just sat there like post eating, just like super tired and just like staring at my laptop being like, I don't think streaming is the right thing to be doing right now. Comes off as mean eating and you don't like that? Why? Because there's like no tonal inflection in your voice. It's just very like, very low and like seems stern, even though it's just like I'm super tired and I don't care anymore. No, I get that. I get that. I don't... Like, I wouldn't say for myself that I come off as mean. It's just like I feel like I'm super uninteresting and uninterested at that point. Because it'd be like me just completely struggling through whatever I'm doing. Right now I have a 960, which is pretty old at this point. So the 1660 Ti, I don't actually think I'm familiar with that one. How much virtual RAM does that have with it? Because I think I have a 1070, which has the 8 gigs. I know some of them are like 2 gig or 6 gig for some of the lower models. 6 gig, nice. 6 is pretty good still. Like, obviously 8 is going to be better, but 6 is a pretty good deal for that. Problem you run into is if you just have like 2 gigs. That's like, well, not really getting much help from your GPU if you've only got 2 gigs of RAM on it. You actually get to hang out here though. That's true. That's true. That's the thing that that's the thing that sucks with streaming. Like, obviously, like, it's cool that everybody streams, but at the same time, like, I don't get to hang out in as many people's streams that I would like to. You know, other people don't get to hang out here. You know, it's just how it goes, but more and more these days, yeah, everybody's streaming. Biggest change is the architecture. 9 to 10 is a massive leap. I don't know, I always thought that, like, from 970 to 1070, for example, was not, like, a huge jump. Like, it was just I mean, it was a jump, but not massive. I thought the jumps were bigger from, like, the 60 to 70 to 80 in a series. You're in the front room of the house, so it should be fine. Your sister said her kid is really good. That's good then, man. That's good. I look forward to seeing some of your streaming resume. Hopefully all is good with that. 1060 is like double the performance of the 960. Wow. I mean, maybe it depends. You know, the 960 to the 1060 might be a bigger jump than the 970 to the 1070. That very well could be a thing. I know, though, that there was a big jump with, like, the ray tracing and stuff in the 2080 and things like that, so it'll be interesting, because I bought my GPU, well, I bought my whole setup end of 2016, so this build is coming up on 3 years old. It still runs everything great the way that I need it to. So I'll be interested to see, like, what's out at the time where I'm considering upgrading, like, my motherboard, CPU, GPU. About 80% of performance increase. That's crazy. I had no idea. Ah, that chilled water. Also, I don't know what that sound was with my mouth. That was odd. That was very, very weird. Oh, so yesterday, Eden, you'll find this funnier than most, and those that have played Summoners were just at all. So I 6-starred a monster to get a double XP, just because I had materials, but mostly just wanted to use the double XP on things. And then I thought I popped the double XP and didn't. So for hours I ran thinking I had double XP popped, farming and leveling things, only to realize at like midnight that I was like, something seems off with this. What the heck? Never popped the XP boost, so had that to use today. So that's super fun. Playing it now should always be played. If you're just chilling, should always be played. I mean, the thing with those candies is if you're grinding, like if you're farming, you'll get them. I think there was only one day where like I was farming and it took me a while to get them. GB10. Good man, good man. I just so I went through with it. I went and re-ruined my shit. So my my dungeon teams are pretty slow now. I think the fastest thing they have to outspeed is the secondary golems in GB10 Wave 2. So they're like at 140 now, where they used to be like 150 to 170. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on guild, not arena, because I don't have like a good speed lead. I would also love to have a second Lucian. Because if I had a second Lucian, then I could I could just double Lucian so many things. I'm in like a weird spot right now though, because like part of me wants to build an R5 team. Part of me wants to build an R5 team, but like I need runes for it, which means like I need vampire and rage runes. So I need to run necro. But then I need like, for other content, I need swift runes for speed, and I need like violent runes for dungeons and stuff. So 24% speed lead in any content? Yeah, man, but like, if you're talking, cause I have Shimate, which is the Wind Sylph, and that has 24% speed lead, I think, in any content. The things that get crazy are like Samath and Vanessa, cause Vanessa's 33% speed lead. I think it's just in arena, but 33% speed lead is pretty disgusting. So like if I had something like that, yeah, then I'd be more concerned with arena. Because right now my problem is like I can only grind so much on offense, and my defense isn't anything insane. My defense is really not that scary. You want the Water Fairy King? I would just love like a new good Nat 5 or like more Nat 4s for skill ups and stuff. I'm still looking for a Messity. A Messity would be great. Cause I have a good bulldozer. He hits like 37k in guild battles, which I mean you can build him stronger, but I don't have that kind of rune quality. Pulled Wusa this one? Yeah, fuck you. I pulled the fucking wind cannon girl. She ain't worth shit. Like, my last 3 Nat 5s have been so disappointing. 2 dupes and wind cannon girl. I don't even know what her name is. That's how bad she is. I don't know. Abigail is the water one. I don't know what the wind one is. So like I pulled a dupe Mo Long and a dupe Rika, which like both are great. I kept both of them, but I'm considering rolling Rika into a blessing. I'm considering rolling her into a blessing, cause like I have a Toa hard one, and I can clear TOA hard both rotations. I kept the second Rika because I think there is a like damage dealer build that you can do, but I don't think I need those actually. But as far as like a damage dealer Rika goes, I don't know that I need it, or like it would be so long until I even considered building it. So I might go and turn that into some ancient crystals so I can have a chance at getting something better next time I actually get a Nat 5. But like there's not a lot of Nat 4s left that I need. I would just really like skill ups for things that I use. Like I got lightning today. But it was a wind assassin, which like Stella, the water one, has her uses, but I haven't had anything that I wanted or needed to build her for, so I'm just sitting with like a bunch of skill ups. Yo, Anamander, what's going on, man? How are you doing today? Come on, ladder. Let me down. There you go. There you go. I don't know why. Sometimes I like end up doing things out of order from what I want to. Which is fine. It's not really a big deal, because I did use Yol, so it's not like I'm losing out on that. Like I could be. So we'll go down here. We'll do ODK. We'll do Walnir, and then we can go do Sage DLC 1 Deacons, and then come back. It's a little bit out of order, but it's fine. Just kind of autopiloting, I think. Which is a good thing. Being able to just talk and autopilot through the game is always a nice thing to have going on. Alright, this should be, yeah, I'm full. I'm so bad at the timing on that. Sometimes I can get it, but I'm fairly inconsistent. Do all bosses every time? Yeah, because I can, depending on the weapon, I can finish an all bosses run at this new game cycle in like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. I mean, some builds are crap, and there might be some ways to speed the run up that I'm not familiar with, but yeah, it's typically not too bad. Because, well, we'll start at 7:30, and yeah, I can be, it depends, I can be done around 11 or midnight pretty comfortably. Your parents pre-ordered Star Wars Fallen Order for you? The first game they purchased for you in about 10 years? Are you looking forward to that? Who all is looking forward to that game? I was kind of interested when I first saw it, but after seeing stuff, I don't know. I'm not like too incredibly interested in it. I wouldn't mind being proven wrong though. Looking forward to judging it harshly. Excellent. The first review I read compared it to Dark Souls, so you know, starting off on the right foot with that. So we'll see how it actually plays out. You know, all good games are compared to Dark Souls, so. Ah, damn. So the highest expectations because EA? Oh no. I thought I had more time there actually. Neo was compared to Dark Souls. I know, it's a joke. Looking forward to it with cautious optimism. I mean, it might go up there as like a, if the game goes on sale, I'll check it out. Right? Like I'm gonna wait like for Code Vein. I've heard great things about Code Vein. I'm gonna wait for that to go on sale. If I'm not like super hyped about a game. but I still want to play it. I'll just wait for it to get cheaper. You still haven't played Sekiro. Sekiro was fun. It didn't have the replayability for me personally, like the Souls games have provided me, but I still thought it was a solid game. I definitely enjoyed playing through it. Your mom bought you Red Dead Redemption 2, so you're set for a bit, the PC version? Nice, dude. Hopefully there's no issues with that game, like bug-wise. Did with Star Wars what they did with Warhammer, give a license to whoever random people want to develop it, make games of it. That explains why there's so much different, like, Warhammer stuff. Okay, because I've seen all sorts of different Warhammer things. I just assumed they were all part of the same, like, studio. It's the Dark Souls of Star Wars. Well, seriously, though, like, it was a video review of, like, I don't know. They had some press copy where they could play, like, the first however much. So it was, like, a 15 or 30-minute video. I think it was, like, a 15-minute video, and I watched, like, 3 minutes of it, and they just talked about, like, Dark Souls and some other games like it. I think Sekiro was also mentioned, you know, so let's make sure we get multiple FromSoft games in there. I'm kind of curious if I can find, was it Star Wars Fallen Order review? Let me see if I can find real quick the...
Oh, a tree sap.
Nothing good.
This is just the gameplay demo. This isn't the... Because there was definitely something more recent, I feel like, that I had seen. Wow, look at this, I'm so good. I'm Googling things while also killing stuff passively. Yeah, I really wanted to find that, like, short little clip where they name drop Souls and stuff like all games like to do nowadays. Feel about Death Stranding? I don't care. Seems interesting, but like the weird kind of interesting, not like the wow, I'm so interested that I want to play it for myself. You know? Gotta smack that one. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Never mind. Not dead. I lied. I was just trying to make you guys think I was going to die, thus making it more suspenseful. Okay, we're going 2 hands here because I feel like I'm missing the hand quite a bit. Or I'm missing the bracelet. Like most of what I seem to be hitting is hand. Looking forward to watching it, but we'll play it yourself for sure. Yeah, and like I personally still have other games that I'd rather get through. Yeah, I want to get Code Vein at some point. I want to play. I think I want to play Outer Worlds at some point. I want to play Hollow Knight as well. The last 2 are on Game Pass, so like I've got options there. No, I'm dropping frames. I've had some ISP issues. We've dropped about 5,800 frames so far this stream. I dropped my bitrate a little bit to help so that it doesn't drop too or that so that it doesn't drop as much, but like right as I say that it dropped by 1,000. So I'm normally my internet is normally like phenomenal, honestly, but tonight there's some issue going on, and like when I looked at the like down detector or whatever for down detector, there were some issues. So something's been up a little bit. This was when I started stream. They've got some fluxing issues. So we'll see. Told us to get, yeah, no worries. I completely get it. Cause I'm normally the idiot that thinks it's on my end, and then it ends up being on the streamer's end. I'm like, oh, that wasn't just me, and I didn't say anything, because I just assume it's me, and I start refreshing my pages. Because I end up, like, having a couple streams open, and I'm like, and, like, other things at work, so I'm like, I just have too much going on right now on my computer, I should probably shut some things down. And then it's like, the stream died, or the stream was dropping some frames. Read through comments on an article, some dude was raging because people were comparing it to Dark Souls. Just kind of saying Dark Souls sucked, and you wanted to come back asking if he never beat Souls because he sucked. I mean, I understand not liking a game, right? Like, people cannot like Souls just because it's not their thing. But not liking a game because you couldn't beat it, that's a different thing, right? Like, I rage quit BioShock and I rage quit Borderlands, but like, those are games that people love, right? Like, those are things that have had good reviews, people talk highly of. I'm sure it's not a bad game, it's just not my thing. BioShock, yeah. I had like a double... okay, so I had a situation where I had like back-to-back encounters with a... I had back-to-back encounters with like 2 big daddies, and then the game, oh, come on. Back to back with 2 big daddies, wasted a bunch of ammo, and then it loaded, like, and then when the second one killed me, took me back to a save with no, back to a save with none of the ammo, so I was like completely out of resources after getting fucked sideways, and I was just not having it. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm not dying. I don't remember if it was. Hold on. BioShock. No, it was the remaster, but I don't think I even made it out of the first world. Last played December 22nd, 2016. Playtime 2 hours. Yeah, but it wasn't I don't think it was a bug. I don't think that was a bug that got me. It was just like a really dumb thing, like, got fucked up by the big daddies, 2 of them, like, back to back in like the early area. I think I had, so if I remember correctly, I killed the doctor guy. And then I like creeped above and saved the little girl. And they're like, you're not supposed to save the little girl. I'm like, yes, but I feel compelled to. And then like coming back through trying to go and like load the next section up. Right? It was like completing like level 1 or whatever, however the game works. When I did that, I like ran into a big daddy that tried to kill me. And then I ran into a second one after I finally killed the first one, which took a lot of effort. And then like it killed me and then loaded me back at a save point with like all of those materials that I used gone. And I was like, all right, well, fuck that. Like I said, it was December 2016, so it was like right after I built my PC like 3 years ago. So I gave it a shot. I don't fully remember everything that transpired. I think that was also compounded by the fact that I had purchased the game like even years prior to that, when I had like a crappy laptop that someone had given me for free.
Thank you.
I had tried to run it on MacBook before using like a wine port thing of it, and then that didn't really work great. And so then I tried on that other laptop, and that ran like okay, but not great. So like I've replayed the first part of that game several times. So like I've killed the doctor at least 2 or 3 times. So by the time I finally had a computer and was like ready to play it, and then something like that happened, I was like, all right, well, I'm done. I've played the beginning of this game too much, and I was like over it. It just, for whatever reason, in that moment, made me very, very salty, and I was like, well, I know people love this series, and it sucks. I bought the trilogy and only played like 2 hours total in the first game, but it is what it is. When I drop frames, what I usually do, get the ISP to reset my signal. Dude, this is the first time I've dropped frames in over a year of living here. So I've had 2 times since I've lived here that I've had issues with streaming, and it's been like statewide outages. So it wasn't even like an issue with streaming, there was just 0 internet for like anybody in the state. That was like twice. This is the first time that I've had like actual consistent drop frames. Other times it's like, oh, I dropped 70 frames in a stream. Like there was just like a little blip. So I don't have a go-to thing in this scenario. When I had Comcast, I bitched about that shit all the time. The problem was I was like renting people's basements, so I'm not the owner of the account. I don't have any sort of access with that shit, so I would just like complain to Comcast, and they're like, can we have your information? I'm like, yeah, I don't actually have the account, you're just providing shitty internet. Fix it. Because with theirs, like, it would just like go out. Like you would just lose internet, have to restart your router, and then it would come back, and it's like, that's not acceptable. That was like at least a once a week thing. That was at least a once a week. Oh man, that tweet. Good time. Yeah, and their customer support is a little bit slow. I mean slow as in like they don't get jokes. Cause what did I say? They rated us with drop frames. Like, worded it really, really passive aggressively and sarcastically, and they like responded with like, thanks, and then somebody had to respond to it and be like, they're insulting you, and then it was like, oh shit. I now see what is happening here. Oh man. I don't miss Comcast. I will say, like, aside from tonight and like the 2 times that it's dropped, like 3 times to have issues in a year, like coming from Comcast, that is absolutely phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, what's up, Reese? Yeah, it was so stupid. I was like, you've got to be. Okay, how stupid are you? Like, you're an internet service provider. You should know at least what frames are, and that when somebody's talking about losing them, that it's not a good thing. Okay, I need to, see, the problem we're running into here is he's like too close to his reset point. Okay, let's just try and maybe let's get him to break his range and then go back. Yeah, no, I guess the social media people aren't, but still, it's pretty funny. Oh god. I don't know, I definitely got a kick out of it. In fact, a lot of people did. So much so that it became a command. Oh, look at that rolling ability. Get off my ledge. No, never mind. I jest. Just kidding. No! What? I rolled backwards. Why did it roll towards you? Okay, I tried. Wow. Apparently doing a charge dart two-handed like negated a bunch of the damage there. That was weird. Isn't like, yeah, fast food social media is a whole different ball game. Oh no!
I trust you've learned your lesson. Inside the cold, venting curiosity could be your cross.
Oh my god. Well, as it turns out, that deathless streak lasted very long, right? That was a super long-lasting deathless streak. My goodness. I hate Wilhelm. This is like one of my least favorite parts of the run. If Wendy's Twitter manager ran the Comcast Twitter. See, then it would be at least a more enjoyable social media experience. For your job lives in Brazil? Or somewhere down there and he forgets to post, and when he does, it posts the exact same thing. Well, do they have like a script of things that they want the social media account to say? Because like, I'm sure some places have more liberty than others. Right, a lot of the time it's just a reminder about the same things over and over again. I should probably go and get my souls. Just because, you know, it's only 5 million of them. Might come in handy later. I might be able to get like half a level. There we go. See, that's what I needed in the first place, is for Wilhelm to get like super aggressive with it. No, you need to fall off, sir. Stand down! Stand down. See, if he could have just done that the first time, everything would be dandy. But no. He didn't want to. Don't block, yeah. I was like, well, I have a shield for this character, so maybe blocking would be a good thing. And it just depleted my stamina so fast. I mean, I think I only had partial stamina in the first place, but after that, it was all gone. your regular deals. That's what he wanted to post. He posts old deals for products we don't have anymore. Somebody probably got pretty excited about that deal too, and then tried to purchase that product, and suddenly company had to be like, no, we don't sell that anymore. I would find a new social media person. TBH. I rolled. Asshole wolves. That one fell off the edge. Okay, we're good. We're good. Drum found this white branch strat against Wilhelm. Don't know if it's still being used. How do you young white branch that? Because you still have to kill him, right, to get the key. So does the white branch like help bait him off the ledge or something? You just rush off. How to outsmart the opponent 101. First, pretend to be something inanimate. Second, profit. Store owner can't get in contact with him to tell him to stop. Sure, you can just revoke access or something, but let's be real, this is a clothing store. Who knows how to use technology? Well, it's modern day, man. You should know how to use that stuff. It's not crazy hard to understand. All right, let's see this.
Left the room to make sandwiches. Did you hear Jerome? I don't like this. I can't get off anymore. Yeah, I did say that.
I'm completely in front of Jerome. Now you can see him vibing.
But if this doesn't work, race for something better, like who can get a bigger Minecraft audience? Well, obviously Eden. He's a variety streamer. Where'd he go? Oh shit.
That's amazing. I mean, we have do you want to go to Dunk City? So that's always a good time. Cause what did we have? Dunk City? Is that the yeah. Open invitation to Dunk City. Here's our good time with this. Look at this.
Prevent me from casting again. You wanna go to Dunk City? Okay. I mean, it was just an invitation.
God, that mic quality is the cringe. The cringe. I hate it. I don't miss that setup. I don't miss that setup at all. Bring back the old mic? No, Mitch. I won't do it. I won't. The headset mic, the no green screen. God, I can't believe people actually, like, followed the stream back then. It's terrible. SO do an old setup cosplay run. Oh God. I mean, before that there was no green screen, but there was also no cam. Straight from the Xbox. Had like that 1440 bitrate. Stream with the new computer without a 360 mic? Yeah, there you go. Be like, look how clean the game is, though. But it'll be like... Yeah, you'll just be crackling the whole time. How are you doing, though, bitch? What's going on, man? Oh, did I not break the bridge when I came across? Thought I did. Gosh darn it. Man, oh man. Get mad, start screaming, and just be white noise. You have to make sure to get like super in character with the like you're on Xbox Live chat. Like that's how you would have to run the stream. Is like you're just super angry with everybody that you're playing against, screaming at them. Preferably, you should be playing some Call of Duty or Halo. From the PC, of course, but you know you gotta still give that, you know, pay homage to 360 era gaming. Yeah, bring out your inner 12-year-old, because, you know, you need to let it breathe every once in a while. See the daylight. Just got some sick chicken, ready to sleep. Gonna hang out for a few. Glad to see what you originally came to my stream for. Yeah, we've been bringing this back as of late. It's kind of a weird thing, though, because, like, it's fun to just, like, hang out and do the cosplay runs and not have to think about things, but boy, do I feel like when I'm streaming that I should be doing more. Like, whether it be this or doing a new playthrough, I feel like there's always just, like, way better that can be done, and that I'm not, like, that it's not that interesting, but I don't freaking know, man. I always have these fits of being like, well, it's not that good. You get suspended 0.2 seconds after stream start. Were you a toxic gamer? I mean, you guys saw I put in Discord my 360 gamer card. I had a 79%, was it 79 or 71% avoidance rating? Which was pretty crazy. Yeah, people just didn't like playing with me. I was too good. Just trying to avoid me. They hated. It's like, I don't want to be on the other side of that guy. He'll mess me up. I think it was 79, yes. It's like I never quit, or like the things that it said, it was like, it was so funny. There was nothing for voice though, because I was never in voice. Get out of here! Look at that. Look at that damage. About 80% of the people you actually played with bothered to rate. That's what I think. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if that percentage is based on the number of people that looked at your gamer card, right? That would make more sense if it was like 79% of people that looked at your gamer card avoided, because it said the 21% rated positively or didn't rate at all. So presumably it's gotta be of those who actually like went out of their way to look at your gamer card. And of course the ones that would look at it frequently are the ones that are angry with you because they're getting stomped on or whatever. Where's my... there it is. I was like, where's my bonfire at, boy? Always feels like that the longer you play, just like you should be doing something more entertaining. I think it's more important to be having fun. You just do what you want. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like I've done it so long, and like something like this. So like this isn't challenging, right? For some people, this kind of thing might be challenging. For me, this is like a super casual thing. And so, I don't know. Like a first playthrough, like your goal is to beat the game. So like, okay, there's some direction there. But I seem to have struggled with that as far as like not having something to work towards. Like a speed run, you're working to get your time down. A challenge run, you're working to... This is just like you beat the game. That was it. Only people that fit your gamer card are girl and hunk. You must be famous if they're checking you out. The weirdest thing for you is getting a friend request and then squad invite from a random that was in your squad. Well, clearly they just loved how good you were at the game that they wanted you to continually be on their team. Oh, where's my backstab? So yeah, like, I don't know. We've done the no-hit run in the past. We've done like SL1. Things that are multi-stream, multi-week, or more. Things that you work towards, and it gives you a goal. This is just like, I'm going to play Dark Souls 3, and I'm going to do this thing, and then this thing is going to be done in a night. So I don't know if it should just be that I'm looking for harder things to do. Right? Like, I don't know if I should be just challenging myself and finding harder things to do. Do a run with a banana on my head? Here, so I guess I will tell you guys what I've thought about. Also, Jay is boss, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. So I have considered doing a shoe on head any percent no hit run. Not gonna lie, that I have considered that. The only hard part, well, obviously a no-hit run. Like, we've done the shoe on head deathless run, right? The no-hit run would obviously be much more difficult. The problem being that it hurts your neck after a while, right? That's the problem that I really would run into, is like, it's troublesome for the neck. So I wouldn't be able to just like do that every night that we wanted to work on it. It would almost have to be like a once a week type thing, or else I would actually just be hurting myself. Yeah, I was thinking about that with the once a week. But then it's like, I don't know. It's a hard thing because runs like that, at least for me, like when I got it the first time, like that took 2 months or something. I mean, maybe it would go faster now, but I feel like that just ends up being like a really long and drawn out process. When's your bakery opening for Oz? Wanna get that cake? But you know if you open a bakery, I'm obligated to get some bread. Just throwing that out there. Don't want to start off my 30s with neck problems, exactly. And like I'm just, oh my god. I'm just asking for it if I do that run like multiple times a week. Come here. Let's end this phase. This god awful phase. Where is my backstab? Can you imagine going to your doctor about that? So have you been sleeping weird? Nah, it's just like 3 to 4 times a week I wear a shoe on top of my head for like 4 hours. Well, that would seem to be your problem. You should stop that and your neck problems will go away. Oh. Well, what do you know? I'm picturing one of those, like, crappy lawyer commercials where it's like, have you ever worn a shoe on your head? You may be entitled to... Have you or a loved one ever wore a shoe on your head? You may be entitled to compensation. Oh, shit. What am I doing? No, the frostbite. No flames, no flames. No flame, no gain. No game, I guess. You know, the follow-up from Charged R2 is very... Or even just the regular R2 is very slow. Like, input for the R1. That's how long of a delay there is there. Which I think is the issue that people run into sometimes, like if they have certain builds. It's like, wow, it's so difficult, I keep getting like caught in my animation, is because some attack animations queue up really far in advance and take a long time to finish the first one and then execute the next. R1. Like that. R2? R1 now. Like, it queued that up, and it just takes like another 3 seconds for it to actually animate anything. It's like, whoo boy, this is not a good look if you're trying to get something done. But yeah, that shoe on head deathless run was funny. That was one of those things though that like I knew I was capable of pulling out that run like on a moment's notice. Problem with doing shoe on head no hit is the sheer amount of time that would take me, because I'm not one of those people that's just like, oh, I've knocked out a bunch of 80% no hit runs, it shouldn't take me that long to get another one. I would end up being on that for weeks. And then my luck, you know what? Somebody would go and do it before me, and then it would be not worth it at all. But I don't know. It's something I've considered, but I still don't know. Like, I'm playing Souls again because I am enjoying it, but there's also like this missing part of like, I feel like I should be challenge running something or speed running something. I feel like there's something that I should be trying to like grow at and improve upon. And we've done that here and there. It's a large, I mean, we've challenge ran in the past. That's what we did a lot of. But like being able to work at shaving down on something and having that improvement and always working towards the goal, and people kind of follow that journey, you know, that's a good thing. And we've done it with other speedruns, right? We did it with Pokemon and stuff. Just feel like I need to find that again. Because with like, I don't know, Mario Maker, I feel like that's a good thing to like work at getting better at. It's just the progress isn't as like straightforward as some other runs might be. Because other runs are gonna be, you can see the time shaved off, or you can see the, you know, it's a particular run. You can see the difference in the number of deaths or the number of hits taken, things like that. Improving at Mario or improving at like Smash, right? Like those are things that's like you can see it develop slowly over time, but it's not quite in the same vein. It's harder to gauge that success in comparison to things that are strictly numerically based, right? And like I come from a track background, so everything that I'm used to is like time. I work at this thing, I run the race, I see my time as a result. That's where you gauge like how your improvement is going. Yo, V-Swed, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the host. How was the stream? I take it you're still doing some SL1 all bosses no hit runs. Correct me if I'm wrong. But welcome on in, everybody, from V-Swed stream. Hope you guys are doing well. My name's Colby. We're doing some cosplay runs. That's a lot of what we do for the Soul stuff nowadays. And I hope you guys had a good time over at V-Sweats. Wolfabell, what's going on? How are you doing? Still doing it. How are the runs tonight then? How are the runs tonight? Hey, Lefty Jack. Mediocre at best. So V-Swed, you just missed what we were talking about.
With a sacred quest.
I am considering the shoe on head any percent no hit run, bringing back that old meme. But at the same time, I feel like that's a terrible idea. At the same time, I feel like that's a terrible idea. So I feel like now that there are new people jumping into this, I need to re-explain this. So, like, how long ago was that? 2 years ago? Year and a half ago? We did a shoe on head deathless run. It was not glued. I at the start of the run, I placed it on. I even took a bathroom break and said, I'm taking it off, and I will put it back on. So we did a shoe on head deathless run because, you know, the old meme of shoe on head or pre-recorded. So we did it. We did Dark Souls 3 any percent deathless with the shoe balanced on our head. Rules being, you couldn't die, and if the shoe fell off the head anytime, you had to restart the run. So we did that, and I had the stupid idea of trying to do an any percent no hit run with that. Hey, Walnut. Yulkins, welcome back. How you doing, dude? So that's what, 2? Back to Souls? We've been doing a little bit of Souls each week. Yeah, we've been doing like two Souls streams a week for the past couple of weeks now. Dude, whenever I had to sneeze, I had to stop myself from sneezing, which, like, thank God I've learned how to do. It has, like, a fairly decent success rate. I'm not 100% at preventing my sneezes, but, I can fend most of them off. The key, and this is gonna sound really weird, is think about oranges. And I think it works with, like, any word, but it's like orange, 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 orange. And you like distract your mind and the sneeze fades. It's really bizarre. I know it sounds weird, but I've stopped many a sneeze, so the proof is in the, I would say the proof is in the pudding, but the proof is in the orange. The proof is in the oranges. Luigi's Mansion 3 went, so I've seen that Luigi's Mansion 3 actually has, like, pretty good reviews. And I'm curious, like, is it worth the price tag? Is it worth actually picking up and playing? Cause I had seen some people playing it, and I was like, oh, whatever. Like, it's probably like a cute little thing. And then, like, I looked at the reviews, and it was like 4.5 out of 5, 97% of Google users like this, and I was like, Okay. What's the catch here? Like, what's so good about this? You can pet the ghost doggo? Ooh. I mean, being able to pet any kind of doggo is always worth it, in my books. Your sneezes are the hottest dubstep that was just released. I'm one of those, okay, so I'm like real weird when it comes to like hiccups and sneezes and stuff. Sneezes are one and done most of the time. Occasionally a second. Hiccups for me though, like 99% of the time, one hiccup and I'm done. Like, I don't know the last time I've had a hiccup fit. The only times I really, like, I get into multiple hiccups is if I keep talking. If I stop talking, they just stop. It's weird. But yeah, I've definitely tied it back to continually talking, so... Most of the time, if I get a hiccup, I'll, like, stop talking for a few seconds just for them to stop, and then I'm good. But it's funny because, like, Catherine and her sister and stuff get these super bad hiccup fits, and meanwhile, I'll just be like... And then it'll be done. Hold sugar on your tongue? I've never had to stop hiccups, so I don't know. This is news to me. Come back for the day after? So you get, like, one hiccup on Saturday, and then Sunday you'll just, like, have a fit? That's weird. Like a minute straight, so quick in succession you can't breathe for the whole minute? Oh god. Then it would be like... That would be like dubstep. If you gotta go in that consistently, man. But yeah, the sneezing with the shoe on the head, not a good combo. And thankfully... That whole night went, like, too well. It was so weird. Because, like, I got it in one night. I think I only had to reset, like, once or twice super early in the game. And then I think I had, like, a big host that night, too, so a bunch of people saw it happen live. So, like, all the cards were in my favor for that run. So it'd almost be, like, too much of a jinx to come back at it with a different, harder run. You think I'd get any percent in, like, three tries with the new strats? See, like, I don't know what the new strats are. That's the problem. So, like, I guess the run up through here would have been a lot different. I don't know what some of the other strats are. But if I've considered, I'm like, should I go and watch the other strats? I don't know. It's like the weird toss-up of, like, it would be an interesting run for viewers. It's just the right amount of Mimi to be different. But, like, it's just another no-hit run. Do I really want to do a no-hit run? I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with my life. These questions are too hard. These questions are way too hard for me. But it's like a weird thing, too, of... I don't know, we've had these cosplay runs and stuff, and it's been good. Like, I've been enjoying playing DS3 again. I like having a game that I can autopilot and just talk with you guys. But I just feel like there's something missing. But, like, we've done a lot of the standard things that you can grind. Right? We've done SL1 NG plus 7, we've done the any percent no hit, we've done... Yeah, I mean, maybe I can revisit, like, the class challenge runs. And do them all bosses, because I think I only did any percent runs for the class challenges. So, like, maybe that's something I'll do. Revisit that in an all bosses format. We'll see. We'll see, though. Just feel like there needs to be a little bit more to it. Something worth investing in. And hell, something to make me have to think while playing the game might not be a bad thing. It's just I feel like the no-hit stuff is, I don't know, not completely overdone, but I don't know that I want to put myself through trying to play as perfect as possible. Deathless definitely fits the bill for me a little bit more. Back to puzzle games then. Dude, I like a good puzzle game. I definitely enjoy, but god damn, they're so hard to stream. Cause the problem that I run into with these puzzle games is like, I can't just sit and talk to you guys like I am now. I'm sitting there on every puzzle I gotta think over, right? And I mean, I think it goes for a lot of people. Now you end up thinking out loud, and that's what most of the stream is just talking about each puzzle, and then like people get into like that backseating kind of side of things because they want to help, right? They're thinking out loud too, but their thought ends up being the answer. Then I didn't think of it, so it's like, man. I personally think I enjoyed The Witness more than Baba Is You. Baba Is You was neat, but I think I liked The Witness more, personally. Gotta 100% it? Nah. If anything, I would do it offline, but prob's not. Prob's not. There's other things to play. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to go two-hand for this just so we can hit him in the face. We're not really gonna have any luck hitting him in the head if we don't. Is it worth it to only bait the headshots? That I do not know. Maybe I'll try that this fight. Like when he goes for the overhand swing, just walk behind him. So far worth it. Man, this does some nice damage actually. Had to tunnel vision the later puzzle. Yeah, it's like early stuff, you know, in puzzle games when the puzzles aren't too complex and it's just introductory things. Like those are fine. Yeah, you can still hold conversation while that's going on. But yeah, I feel super bad when it's like the puzzles start getting really hard. And I've just got to be entirely focused. That's some substantial damage right there. 10,000 on the R2 and riposte. Sometimes, oh nice. No. Woo, okay. That wasn't intended to be greedy. I just didn't wait long enough on the R1 follow-up there to get the riposte. So I lucked out. Black Knight sword better is if you could apply resins, but it would be broken. Yeah, it'd be too good if you had the ability to resin. That being said, you could just do some sort of tumble buffing. I don't know if there's tumble buff on this patch, but if you wanted to down patch and get some tumble buff going on and then really just break the weapon, then by all means. Yeah, this is gonna be a fairly quick Yorm. This is gonna be a fairly quick Yorm fight. Oh, what? That counted as the kneecap? Damn. There we go. Give me that hand. Is this it? I missed it. It is not it. I think it was going to be it. I think we were gonna get a kill there had we actually hit the head. Oh, true. Yeah, like if you're on console, then that's not happening. That's not happening for sure. Where are we going? Distant Manor. That's where we're going. Cause it's Pontiff time. Oh yay. Some good old no parry Pontiff. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Actually, you know what, guys? I am going to get a drink real quick. Thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I'll be back in just a few moments. Hold tight. So, I was sitting, before I ate dinner, I was chilling on the couch with my laptop watching some streams, had my blanket and stuff, and then Pringle came up and was laying on me. And then I went and ate dinner and I put the blanket down and I went to stream, so like, I think an hour and a half had passed since I had like gotten up. I couldn't find the cat. I'm like looking for him. Turns out he was underneath the he went underneath the blanket and was just curled up there. And then I went out now to go get a drink and he's laying on top of it. So he's really enjoying that blanket being out on the couch. So I guess I now am obligated to leave that blanket out for him now that it's getting colder. But it's funny because like with the we had the window open the other night and so it got like, it was cracked open, but it got pretty cold. And so then like Pringle was going and laying underneath like the bed comforter and stuff. So it seems like he's been getting a little bit chillier and has been liking the coziness of a blanket. I don't blame him. It is a comfy blanket. I like it myself. Dozed off for a second. How was your power nap? Did you dream the sweetest of dreams? Shitty, damn. It's hard sometimes to get a good power nap going, you know? Sometimes it is hard to get a good power nap. I think I said before, I haven't like really napped all that many times since college. Like college, why did I drink that? Why did I think I had lost health? But like, if I had an 8 a.m., I would go to my 8 a.m. and then I would come back and I would take a nap and then I would get up like an hour later just to try and make up some of that sleep. But honestly, I haven't had much of a need for a nap as of late. Like my body's been fairly well adjusted to the amount of sleep that I get. When I first started working out of college, like down at my job here, like I I definitely struggled. I would have days at work where I, like, was super tired. And, like, felt like there were days where I would consider, like, should I go out during my lunch and take a quick nap in my car? Like, I didn't know if that was a reasonable thing to be doing. I thought it would probably end up being pretty bad if I did that. So far, so good. The only problem we run into now is the shade. So now I just have to be super careful and like try and take the shade down. Of course. I'm gonna run out of stamina here. Okay, let's get some space. That ideally would have been something that I could punish. I do not like this, Sam. I am. Wow, I got lucky there. Ah. Man, I hate second phase of this fight if I can't take down the shade fast or parry. My options are limited. There we go. Get some stamina back. Come on, buddy. Show me what you're made of. Show me your moves. Da 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 da. Goodbye. Oh no. Okay, he swung over my head, so that works. I'll take it. There's actually a friend of mine who's playing through this game right now. And so, two of my friends from college live together. One of them, I believe, has played through it before. The other one is playing through it right now. And so he was giving me some status updates. Yesterday? 2 days ago or something? And he was fighting Pontiff. It was like 8 tries in or something. Hadn't seen second phase. I think it took him 22 tries to beat it, which it wasn't too bad. Some people I know struggle a lot more than that for sure, getting them down. But I thought it was pretty funny. It's like, hey, keep me posted on how the fight goes. His health pool on New Game isn't really that bad. It's just if you get, depending on how your build is, if you get chained up on by some of those attacks, you spend 3 hours on them. I don't remember how long I spent. The thing was, like when I played for the first time, it wasn't a blind. The any percent of this game was not blind. Ah, damn you. The Silver Knights are smart, they've caught on to me. Yeah, Bloodborne, all bosses was not blind, and Dark Souls 3, any percent was not blind. DS1, DS2, DS3 DLCs, those were blind playthroughs though. I am very happy about those experiences. I wish I could have played through all of them blind. Bloodborne was that was just because I didn't have a PS4 and I didn't think I was getting one, so I just wrote that off and started watching the streams. You summons the first 10 or so times you beat him. Now you can do it without, but you absolutely hate it. Honestly, he's still like, when people ask me like what are your hardest bosses? I think Pontiff is still, for me, one of the toughest because you have like this weird semi DPS check. If you have a slower weapon, like the shade disappears or like moves, not disappears, but like it moves quickly. You don't have, like you saw there in that fight, I didn't have a lot of opportunities to kill it. Which, like, second phase Pontiff without the shadow is fine, but if you still have it in play, it changes things substantially. I think the ones that are, man, when it's just the boss, like, yeah, Gale's a harder fight. Frida's a harder fight, technically speaking, but they don't have that kind of thing fighting against you, so honestly, those fights aren't so bad. Frida's second phase is just tedious, but the fight itself, first and third phase, pretty fun. Especially third phase, I like that. Black Flame Frida. Come back down to me. Oh, look at that. Look at that chonky damage. Look at that chonk. Okay, okay. I guess that's fair. Damn, that's still first phase. You know? It was only 696 damage for the charged R2. I can say that is not worth it. That was weird. That was super weird. Just the way the Aldrich like changed how they were gonna be lined up. Not sure what that was all about. But... ah, come on. No, okay, well. You're being too kind then, Aldrich. Let me kill you like that? Thank you. I was waiting for another warp. Love Gale's fight, all three phases? You struggle with one the most. See, one is, I don't know, one for me is fine. There's a couple of the quick backhands and stuff that get me. It's the second phase. Second phase is my struggle. Trying to see if there's some sort of outage in your area, but you need to log in to see the stat. All right, time to ask the rents for their login credentials. I don't know. My parents are the kind that I know what their stuff is, so I would be able to check that. But you know, it was sad. I was trying to use my funny. I was trying to use my parents' internet to watch the football game this afternoon. And I just kept getting like an error thing, so I had to go and find a different stream of it, like I would normally have done anyway. So I was like, well, that, so much for going the good route. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Oh no, my stamina, it's all gone. Bring it back, please. Sir? Sir, can I have some stamina? And there, oh god. That normally doesn't happen. So normally there's just the explosion of the armor. There was another arrow there, and that was terrifying. That was absolutely terrifying. You know, I need to, at some point, I should buy a bunch of, great bow arrows. We should test that glitch out, so that we can, because if we can do it and learn it, and it's all fine and nice and easy, then we gotta do our Robin Hood run. Because I think that would be pretty fun to just go through and light shit up with a machine gun great bow, essentially. It's just too jumpy, you don't like that? I mean, I get what you're saying. There are definitely things that trip me up from time to time. For the most part, though... Oh no, he's still chasing me? For the most part, that phase of the fight, like, I bait a lot of the same thing. Yeah, it's like a dance. You stay nice and close. I always get paranoid when when it's like early enough in phase 1, because there's like 2 halves to phase 1, right? When you're in the first half of phase 1, he doesn't do a backhand follow-up on the one attack. So like I'll do like a paranoid roll for it, even though I don't need to. Forget if there's a follow-up to that attack. I know things like that have it for sure, yeah. Too far away to get a follow-up. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know we're mid-rolling, but I didn't know like what kind of weight we were at. Oh shit. I thought I could space that. No lie, I thought I was completely at walking range. I should have rolled out of the way. I normally roll these. That's what I get for switching it up. Always getting punished. Come on, buddy. Give me something to work with here. Hello? Anybody home? Thank you. Well, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. I know some people get like super greedy with that, especially like part of the no-hit strats is like getting a certain number of hits in to like get a cycle. But I'm always so paranoid about when the when that like charged up spin attack is gonna happen. That would have been weird. I don't think I would have been able to run around there because of the fountain. Not play as aggressive as you do with the Black Knight sword? Well, I just don't play aggressive, like, in general. And I think that's just from doing so many challenge runs and stuff. Like, a lot of times, being aggressive will end runs, so you try and play it in a very methodical way so as to minimize the number of attempts that it takes to complete a task. Which, like, yeah, I mean, it ends up, some of these fights end up a little bit slower because of that, but you don't see me die as much, so that's one thing to boast, I suppose. Giant ass meatball. Oh god. That sucks. You don't get it often where when you're rolling that the little meatballs hit you, but every once in a while it happens. Okay, let's end that here. Let's end that here. Don't need any more of that from you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I will say it's nice. It's nice knowing all of the like sound cues and stuff. The thing that sucks with like when the big meatball happens, I always just run into the problem that you can't guarantee that it's even gonna hit. Like, depending on where you are when that sound cue goes off, if you're on the far side, then it's not going to... Oh shit, you really should hit that then. Okay. I was like, what happens if you just leave him? That's what happens. He fires crystal at you. What was I saying though? Oh, it's like it's not gonna hit the wall, right? There's like the ledge of that bridge that it'll break early on if you're on the side that the giant meatball fires from. But if you're on the far side, like that shit's terrifying. That blew up like almost right next to me. Yeah, fortunately for me, it didn't actually hit me and like knock me around, but still. Look at those pro strats. Just have the crystal phase through your soul as you get up the ladder. I thought I was gonna hit the wall because that's like where it always goes. I don't know if it's because of my positioning on the ladder that's what happened, but that was odd and terrifying. Yo, Devrog, welcome back, man. How are you doing tonight, sir? It's funny because I grab this shortcut so often. And the amount of times that I actually die in the last little section of the archives here before we get to the next shortcut is pretty minimal. Like, it's just an old habit, and I'm always just super paranoid that, like, the gargoyle and stuff is going to mess me up. Kind of worn out, suffering through a little bit of a headache. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. You're not getting sick or anything, are you? More like a stress and being tired kind of deal. Because I know that once, you know, we're starting to get into that. Okay, well, I guess the gargoyle was worn out and suffering from a headache as well. Don't do what he did though. Drank super heavily last night. Okay. So it's kind of like a hangover type deal. Body trying to recover with hydration and all that. That makes a bit more sense. What the fuck? fuck? That guy normally does not hit me from... Okay, I guess we're taking the elevator down. Yeah, that is normally not a thing that happens there. I like always go to that spot. Maybe I threw the skull later than normal. I have an arrow in my sword, I think. Oh no, okay. I thought it was... What the hell? Knock it off. Jeez. Jeez, man. They're not being nice at all. They're not being nice at all. Jeez, man. Jeez. Yeah, I was saying, this time of year, just with the seasonal transitions and stuff, right? Like, this week has been a lot colder, or these past couple days have been a lot colder than it's been. So I know, yeah, some people start getting those, like, seasonal sorts of allergies. And just, or not even seasonal allergies, but just getting sick from season transition. Because that's something that happens with me. A lot of times if there's like too drastic of temperature swings in the span of like a couple days, I might get at least like a runny nose, get a little bit of a cold going, which then obviously leads to you being kind of drained, and sometimes you get like a headache or fever with it. Now your electronic equipment heats your room. I get a little bit of heat from my computer. I can definitely feel it during the summer when it's already warm, and then I feel way warmer. Right now, though, I feel like comfortable, still a little bit chilly, but like not in desperate need of any sort of heating or extra, because like I know when I started streaming I was pretty cold and was considering putting a sweatshirt on. I don't think I really need one at this point. It's fairly comfortable. My feet are a little bit cold even though I've got like socks on and stuff still. But then again, like right behind my computer is a window, so like I am at the edge. So it's likely just that there's not a lot of insulation in this part of the apartment. I will say this, getting enough swings of this weapon is pretty substantial. Ah, I mean, I guess, yeah, there it is. Like the rolling R1 seems to be quite a bit of stamina. The regular R1 not as much. I thought I rolled that fine, but alright. Whether it is dirty this year went from green leaves to no leaves because the temperature dropped so rapidly. Did the temperature drop earlier than normal for you guys? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like I miscounted on that, but it's fine. I don't know, I've stood there and tried not rolling a couple times on that attack in particular. You know what I think happened there is, I think I held it too long and so it did like a run instead of a roll. That must have been what happened. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. But yeah, it must have been that like I saw the attack coming and I held B a little bit longer to roll it, and it turns into a sprint, so my character just stands there. Steep drop here from like 80-ish to 40-ish, then back to 80 to 50. That's what would get me sick. That absolutely would give me some sort of a cold. You had snow mid-October, and before that it was an average of 65. Those since it's been an average of 40. Yeah, so like for us it had been in the 70s, like 60s and 70s. But like right now it's 35 Fahrenheit out. It's a high of 53. We're supposed to get back up to like 60 Monday, Tuesday, then 54, 57, 42, 44. Like there's a chance of like, I think depending on when the rain comes, what the temperature is, we might get a little bit of snow. We'll see. I'm not necessarily looking forward to that. Not that I don't like snow, but it's a little early. 34 for you right now? Yeah, so it's about the same temperature. Cold for, yeah, for Tennessee. I mean, I know it's only one state away from where I grew up, right? Like, I grew up in Pennsylvania. But I don't know. Maryland always seemed to not have it as bad, and then, like, they've had some, like, major snowstorms in the past couple of years down here. So I don't know what to believe anymore. Because I think from what I've seen on average, it's only like a couple degrees warmer here than it is where my parents are, which sometimes makes a big difference. Sometimes that makes a big difference. 3 or 4 degrees, but might have a new record for snow and cold. Don't know if you heard it correct. Well, maybe for... Are they saying, like, prediction-wise for this winter? Or for the current month? Because, like... Yeah, October snow and cold. If it happens early enough, might not be a hard thing to beat. Could be wrong, though. I mean, every place is different. Because, like, if you went... Gosh darn it. Winter predictions? Are they going off of the old almanac? How accurate has that been, by the way? Because I don't know, you always used to hear about, oh, we'll go by the farmer's almanac. How accurate are those things? Because that stuff was written, like, a long time ago, wasn't it? That's like the second time recently that has happened, and I don't know why. I love not having to run through this whole thing and deal with Chain Snake. I really do. Makes life so much easier. So much easier. Ding ding! Ding ding! Barely pay attention to weather, you find out it snowed when you get up in the morning and see it. I'm weird like that. Like, I'll go through kicks where, like, I'm checking the weather and seeing what it's gonna be like for the next few days. And then, like, I'll go through stints where I'm just like, I'll see what it's like in the morning. And then I get used to, like, a certain weather. This is the part that screws me up, is if it's, like, been warm for a while, I just assume it's gonna be warm again. And then I dress for that, and then I'm like, man, it is cold out. what the hell? And then I look at the weather and it, like, the temperature dropped to, like, 20 degrees. I'm like, oh, well, guess we're breaking out the jeans and long sleeves and stuff. Never mind. It's like it was nice wearing shorts while it lasted type of deal. You know? Personally, though, I've always been a radar kind of guy. I know sometimes, you know, people are satisfied enough to know, like, there's a 60% chance of rain. Okay, there's a 60% chance of rain today. Like, people are okay with that. I'm like, I'm cracking out the radar. We're gonna see exactly where this rain is. How fast is it moving? What's the direction? And when can I expect it? In another life, maybe I would be interested in meteorology, be a weatherman. Well, season G's just wear shorts year round. I know people that do that. In college, so like for work, I wear jeans more than I normally would if I was just at home. I would wear like shorts for a while, even when it was pretty cold. I would wear shorts, and then I would just wear like long sleeves or a sweatshirt with it. But there is a certain threshold where all. And I rolled that early. We're all crack out the jeans. Although I think one time, I remember we had like a retreat in high school or something, and it was in the mountains. It was like 20-something, 30-something degrees in the morning. I remember we like walked to breakfast and I was just like, I'm just gonna wear shorts and a t-shirt. Man, cold don't bother me. I wouldn't be surprised though if a lot of that was also just being like, I'm a cool high school kid. I'ma act like this stuff don't faze me. You're like, wow, it's so cold out. He's wearing shorts and a t-shirt. That crazy kid. Let's dance, Nameless. Let's dance. I shouldn't go for that. Also, because I said I shouldn't go for that, I don't have enough time to roll out of that. Okay. Well, like all good fights, I take most of my hits trying to heal. I've been struggling as of late getting him to... Yeah, I want to bait that attack. Ideally, if I could just roll into him, bait that, that'd be great. Make sure I have some sort of stamina left here. Second phase is here. Yo, Grayson. How you doing, dude? I hate you! I don't know how to, like, properly avoid the lightning on that. The first one, fine. I know exactly how that works. That's like as close to that as I can go. First one's fine because he always follows up with the charged attack, so you know, like, you have a place to stand for it and all that. Anything after that, I don't know. Special, not sexual, so you'd pre-ordered a sexual edition of Sekiro. Oh man, it's like the main character is just like half dressed. He's giving you a look, like the cover is different. Oh man. Oh man. Where are we going? DLC 2. Further, there was a rolled up piece of paper. Figured it was just that, and it would be cool to leave it like that. Got kind of bored to open it, found out it was about. Hey, my pre-order bonus was a rolled up piece of paper. Wow, I'm just gonna leave it. It's probably meant to just be a rolled up piece of paper. Nothing in there. Doctor, what kind of thinking was that? Hey Brandon, what's going on, man? You would want a sexual Sekiro game? That would be rated M for a whole nother reason. Not just the violence. Oh man. That'd be like, I'm just imagining like you get it. I don't know why I find this so funny. I'm just imagining you buying like a new like game for your PS4 or something, right? You've got the hard copy. You know they used to have the little pamphlets in there about the game. Well, say they put a blank. Wow, I rolled super early on that. Say they put a blank cover on it, you'd be like, it's probably intended to be that way, and would never look at it. Watch me die 1 to 100 times on a single boss till I resort to just rolling 500 times the fight. I don't know, man. We don't die a lot. So hopefully I'm not too disappointing in that regard. I think in the past past 5 new game cycles, we've died 5 times. Or no. Past 5, we've died 4 times. I did have a deathless run in there. Also came with gold coins and a statue of a wolf. So there, it wasn't just a piece of paper. Did you... Well, see, there's nothing for you to do with the statue and coin. Like, there's not... Post-game bosses who have a few million health? I ain't scared. I was like, I've got high stats too. Well, this is gonna be a post-game boss, yeah? Demon Prince? This is New Game Plus 81. I think we're a little bit beyond the point of being scared of any of the bosses. Played this too much. Did you at least know what to do with the coins in the statue? Did you hide them in a box and say, these aren't meant to be put on display? Try and pay somebody with the gold coin. Be like, it's worth a lot, I promise. Yeah, this is not a first playthrough. If that's what we're thinking here. Gravity though. Huh? Gravity's a bitch. Gravity one-shots you every time. Scales too well with these new game cycles. You would think eventually you'd be able to level up enough so that gravity can't kill you the way it does, but local thrift shop seems good. No reason. You should have maybe pawned them off. Be like, I'll buy it back later. Try and make the pawn shop guy think it's got high value. Okay. Rocks are becoming a problem. Hey Waffles, how are you doing? I can check. We are level 751. At the moment. Alright, I need to get a little bit of... That should work, at least for him. Oh god. The recovery time is so slow on this. Sitting on your dresser, adding something else to all the Legos. Yeah. Hey man, some of the Lego stuff looks pretty cool. I'm trying to think if I still have... I had like a Lego rocket ship thing, like a NASA themed one. That was pretty cool. It's probably one of the hardest ones I put together as a kid. I remember like having that set up on my bedroom floor, spending all day putting it together. Good times, good times. I look forward to my kids, when I have them, being into Legos. Solely so I can build Legos again and not feel shame. Justify the purchases. It's not even feel shame, it's justify the purchase. Cause I'm too, I can't ask for that stuff as a present for me. I mean, I suppose I could, but, you know. I do have these little, so like I have one on my desk right now. I will show you guys after this fight. But I have these like little metal things. I don't have a second camera set up to be able to do it. But I've gotten these little like, they're all these metal pieces and then you like fold corners and stuff to piece it all together. Ah, damn it. Rolled it too early. Thought I rolled that early, but I ended up just rolling it to the side, so I suppose that works. Gonna come into the world with the receding hairline. Fortunately for my kids, they get their maternal grandfather's hairline. And not mine. Be very, very unfortunate for them. Now, like great-granddaughter, I feel bad for. Or like if I have a daughter, a great-grandchild from that daughter, I feel bad for. They're predisposed to terrible hair. Overwatch 2? It's basically just Overwatch with new skins and like a single player, right? Are they just milking people's money by making it a second instead of expanding the first? Maternal grandfather hairline is BS? I don't know, man. My maternal grandfather had, as my mom said, McDonald's arches for hairline. And I've got the deep recession too, so. Alright, where is the door? Okay, it's over here. How long did it take me to get that high? Well, this character's at 354 hours. Theoretically, though, if I started at the higher new games, so like I've done all bosses for 80 new game cycles at this point. If you were, I think ideally you would go all bosses for a while, but then when things started costing a crap ton of souls, it would actually be faster to do just any percent playthroughs. Because right now it costs me 10.3 million souls to level. So iterating over new game cycles and getting 5 free levels from Yol would actually make this take longer. No, I don't dupe. You just get a ton of souls from killing all the bosses, and then you get a ton of souls from, or you get at the high levels you get 5 levels from Yol every new game cycle. So that's where most of your levels come from. Cause like in a new game cycle, I might not even get enough souls for a single level. It takes me about like 1.5 new game cycles anymore to get enough souls. So I'll just get like a bonus level every so often, but Yol gives you 5. Well, Luis, I actually don't think I started getting Yol's levels until like NG 10 or something like that. It took me a little while. But either way, it still stands that when it costs a lot per level, Yol is the way to go. So I could have, in the same amount of time, I could have done more new game cycles and gotten more levels that way if I really was caring about that. Beating the game once would probably be faster than duping for 5 levels at this point. Yeah, because it's like the highest soul is only 50k, right? And that's a non-boss soul, so I don't know if duping works the same way for that. It's 10.3 million souls for a level. That's why I'm just like, it's funny because like people will come in for the first time and they'll be like, "What the hell? You have 7 million souls, man." It's like, yeah, it cost me 10 million to level. 100,000 for old hero? Is it? Probably shouldn't try and look right now. Okay, I never liked this staircase. Yeah, I can check, but I thought 50k was the most. But then again, I like don't. I don't use souls much anymore. I just hold on to a lot of them. I could maybe actually pop enough souls for a level. I'll probably do it at the end of the cycle. Because what do we have? So, Soul of a Great Champion would be the most, right? It's 50k. Yeah. 50k for the most, because the boss souls only go up to 20? I think the souls, I think the boss souls only go to 20k. You start to get some pretty beefy souls in higher new games just from things getting stronger. Okay, so last time I ran through here, I ran into that little face coming out of the ground. And then I got shot up on the block a few times. Try killing all the enemies on that staircase once. Died in the last herald and decided to just run and never not run again. Even abandoned the souls because they were in an inconvenient spot. I remember trying to kill those guys. My blind soul level 1 playthrough of this, that staircase was miserable trying to figure out ways to get by these guys. Oh man, that was so rough. DS2 maybe. I'm not familiar with like high new games on DS2, what the souls are. Cause I've I have never done more than New Game on DS2. Thought 900,000 was a lot for an upgrade. Yeah, I don't know what the last soul level upgrade is, but they get ridiculously expensive. To be fair though, at this point, like the return on investment is pretty dang low. Like I spend 10 million souls for like 1 point of FP. Or like 1 HP or 2, it's like 2 HP for 10 million souls, like that type of thing. But we actually just finished maxing out HP not too long ago. Tired? Almost use hand soup. Ah yes, let me finish mixing my hand soup. Whose hands are you using for this soup, by the way? I'm scared. His hands, Carl! Where are his hands? My tummy had the rumblies. Only hands could satisfy. So Carl made a hand soup. That's my guess. Because I mean, really, are you just gonna eat raw hands? I don't think so. You might cook them up. Yeah, either grill them, maybe make some hand soup. You better 10 million souls for 0 stamina? The value. Think about the value. I think the worst kind of mistake I ever made like that, Luis, once, was I was so tired that I poured orange juice in my cereal. Like I was making breakfast, I had both things out, and I grabbed the orange juice and just poured it straight in my cereal bowl, and I was like, that ain't it, dog. That ain't it. Pushing the soap dispenser once, the other hand was still under the faucet. Stare at the clothes. There it goes. Yeah, we do every boss. You put ketchup in your tea? Delicious. Now, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've done. I feel like I've definitely done something with ketchup or barbecue sauce on something that wasn't supposed to have it. Wasn't intentional? I'd hope so. Because if that was intentional, I think we'd have to have a conversation about this. Okay, I'm gonna try and DPS through it. When he does his scream here. Wow, look at that insane DPSing through his hectic phase. Unimaginable. Barbecue sauce on pizza rolls? I wouldn't do it, but I'd probably eat it. You put mustard on mac and cheese? I mean, people put ketchup on mac and cheese, so I mean, it's a similar concept. I can't see, that's one of those things, like, I don't like mustard in general, so I can't really say anything. It's like the same thing, like, you know, the whole pineapple on pizza debate comes up, right? People are like, oh my god, how could you put pineapple on pizza? I say the same thing, but I'm like, then again, I hate pineapple by itself, so not really the authority on this, am I? Swap shampoo and a body wash? Nah, see, the key is I use soap. So, can't say that I've mistakenly grabbed the bar of soap and started rubbing it on my head. Now, I will say, if I didn't have hair, I might just take the bar of soap to my head. That's probably in my future. Yeah. Hasn't happened yet. Hot mustard in your morning coffee? Are you serious? I also don't drink coffee. I have no say in any of this. I don't like any kind of mustard. Dijon, yellow, you name it. It's not me. That ain't me, dog. I have a hard time with Madeira. Madeira is easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Love that fight. Madeira will be soon. We do Half-Light, Gale, Madeira, and then Cinder to wrap up the run. This has actually been a pretty quick run because this weapon's pretty strong. How could you betray me like this? Come back here. Rolling, 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 rolling. Look at the poison damage reduction from the Black Knight armor. That is fantastic. It's just a scratch. Use cheat. Yeah, we always joke about using cheat engine because Madeira is impossible. I really wish I could parry him. Just so I could try and parry him, even though actually, you know what? I would probably take so much damage if I whiffed that parry. So, on second thought, probably shouldn't. Heal, I dare you! Try and heal. Try it. You didn't try it. I like how Half-Light still has his bow out. Like, he was holding on to the bow for a long time here. I play on PC. I have played on Xbox, though. That's not a fun experience. I think my first couple hundred hours on the game were... What is it? I think my first, like, 100 hours or so of playing the game were on Xbox. There's some pretty nasty frame drops on, like, Dancer and Dragon Slayer armor. Yikes. Ha ha ha! Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Now get your bow out. Now let me run around and give you a nice old pat on the back. So superior to console that you're missing out? If you have a good PC. Dark Souls 3 is just a poorly optimized game. I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade any day. Oh no, we have to fight Gale without poison. The poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison made specifically for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Global timer things that seem to be different on PC. Really? Wait, what kind of global timing things are you talking about? Jailer cosplay next? Ha ha ha. Never again. Never again. We've done the jailer cosplay. It's not coming back. Yo, Bane, what's going on, man? How have you been? You have a sad case? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, so I can't help. Oh, the Smoldering Lake Ballista has it? Like it takes longer for the things to launch, or like it's just slower timing in between? Hey, Ronan. Bad frame pacing on console. It's like they're the fights with a lot of particle effects right? So like you're gonna get on console, you're gonna get frame drops on Dancer during second phase and Dragon Slayer armor during second phase because there's a lot of particle effects going on and the consoles can't handle it. I don't know if you have a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X if those handle better, but from my experience with Xbox One, it's pretty bad. Pontiff as well. I guess when the shade is in, yeah. You've got some extra things going on there. I will say though that Frida, like I've played through the first DLC on console. I don't remember Frida having issues. I think they had fixed some stuff with that. Xbox One X didn't get optimized, Pro did the okay. I wasn't sure. I thought that the Xbox might just from purely being a stronger system that it might have improved. DSA with your old GPU was concerning. Yeah, man, there's just like, there's a handful of fights that are not so good on console. How'd I get so good? I had just luck. One day I woke up and I was suddenly good at Dark Souls, and I knew that it was my calling. Too blind to notice, don't really notice any frame drops. I would just pay attention. PS4 might be a little bit better than Xbox in regards to this game, but I would just pay attention during those fights. Or like trying to play it more perfect and not being like, the longer those fights drag out, I feel like the more you're likely to see it. The feeling of nothingness, often associated with depression. Ennui. Okay. Not gonna lie, I was looking at it and I was like, ennui. Ennui. Okay. Basically have decision paralysis. Since your laptop started running bad, now you can't play some of the stuff at all, namely Destiny 2 and Noida. Been at a loss for what to play. Okay. Yeah, man, I've had that where it's just like you don't know, like you want to play something but you don't know what to play. It's hard, and that's kind of a hard situation because you have things that you want to play. You're just physically incapable of playing those because of hardware limitations or whatever. Oh no! I ran into the chair. Damn you, chair. Can't you see I'm trying to accomplish something here? I was gonna say, second phase has to be pretty soon here. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Luis, because I've had GPU updates that have like messed with this game in particular, and then eventually updates came along and it got better. But I remember when one happened and it just got like bad.
The blood of the dark.
Blood. The blood. Should play as a sorcerer next? I have some sorcerer builds that I think I need to do at some point. If you do exclamation cosplays, you can see a list of all the cosplay runs that we've done. I think there have been a few magic ones, like we've done the desert pyromancer. I think I have like Carla and things like that I need to do. Those ones just kind of suck because certain boss fights become super tedious and annoying to do. God, I hate that attack so much. Waffles, thank you very much for the follow. His cape is a weapon. I love this fight, man. So good. Love me some Gale. I wish. So like I've done a Gale cosplay run before. His weapon is fun. You can do like the fancy flip and stuff with it. Unfortunately, his armor does not give you fun capabilities. Get it? Capabilities? To be fair, I didn't realize that pun until after I said it out loud. What do you mean, boo? Capabilities is... that's good. Don't diss the pun. Don't diss the pun. Gale armor in PvP. Like low-level PvP. Just be insanely broken. Whenever I try and like time out another moderator or the streamer, I always post the message that it gives me in response. It's like you cannot ban the moderator of this, like the streamer of this channel or another moderator of this channel. Bailey, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for the host. How are you doing? That extra hit. Go. Get the light. No, you don't get the lightning either. Cape and lightning in low-level PvP, just messing everybody's day up. Be like, man, this guy has a super OP Gale build. I hate fighting it. Went outside for a cigarette, nearly froze to death. I will say that's the one thing about smokers that I never quite could figure out. Like, you gotta struggle through the elements for a smoke. Whether it be cold or rain or snow, whatever. Like, damn. See that guy out on the porch, like in the pouring rain and cold, having a smoke. I'm like, you hate to see it. Thank you for the GGs, guys. Backflips with the repeating crossbow? Backflips. You can do, like with Gale's weapon, you can do with the weapon art the fancy flip. That is the one thing they give you. Okay, like a pee bottle, but not a pee bottle and not for pee. But like not a bottle, not for pee. Just for your smoke waste. Just... And then you could like shake it up and make like a little smoke gun. Like you squeeze the water bottle and just puff the rings out. I can see it. But yeah, the, where's Gale's sword? Streamer, you're gonna break cosplay. The run's basically over if you do that. Where is the dang sword? Excuse me? So like, that's pretty fun, right? You get some fancy jumping attacks. The back step into that. So that's a fun one to play around with. Can't smoke inside, live with two non-smokers that we could. Yeah, and like I know some people like like don't want to even if they are like the only smoker in the house, some people don't like to get their inside stuff with the smoke as well. Switch to vaping? See, I'm like, I don't know. I know there's not a ton of report. The problem is vaping's so new, you don't know like what the long-term effects of that stuff is. Alright, boys and girls, it's Madeir time. Maybe we make you even worse than you already am. Yeah, already am. Already are. I know how to translate verbs. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I am a trained English professional. Just switch to meth. That'll do the trick. That'll do the trick. If meth doesn't work for you, there's always cocaine. Insta charge! Oh my god, it's so crazy. You know what I've realized? I've talked a lot this stream because my throat actually hurts. I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think my hardest boss fight is probably still Pontiff. Second phase, I still have a bit of issue with. But that's more or less only if I can't get rid of the shade. That was weird. Like, if I can't get rid of his shadow guy in time, then I have issues. Otherwise, Pontiff's not too bad. I don't know, I don't really struggle with a lot these days. I have to, like, put a crap ton of restrictions on a fight in order to make it difficult anymore. Kick the snout? Well, I have to assert dominance. Let him know who's boss. Yeah, like the jailer run. If anybody already didn't know, the soldering iron is horrible. It is the worst weapon that I've ever used in this game. I would not recommend anybody ever does it. Second phase, transition. Stop purple. Ah, damn. This is literally the only fight where it bites me in the ass having BB jump. Because I want to sprint away from that and roll at the last second, and I can't do that if I have it bound the way that I do. Yeah, that didn't really do as much damage as I was hoping for it to. Could have maybe done like, I don't know, maybe do it at 2R1's probably a better bet. Put the soldering iron dorm fight on when I go up breaks. It's an hour-and-a-half fight. I'm not going on an hour-and-a-half break anytime soon. You actually think you first saw me when I was fighting Yorm as the jailer? That was your introduction to the stream? Be like, man, this guy's an idiot. Doesn't he know that he can just use the storm ruler? Doesn't he just know he can use the storm ruler? Idiot. I know some people think that when I do these runs, but I'm in character. Gotta use the weapon that the character has, you know? Be covered on breaks for a month. Yeah, it'd be like, here, ladies and gentlemen, is the next minute and a half of this 90-minute fight. Come back tomorrow if you'd like to see more. Show off. Just doing normal things, man. Just doing normal things. I wonder if I could still, just from like a mental standpoint, kill Midir without hitting the head like I did on my blind playthrough. Thought the dedication to the cosplay was badass, if painfully tedious. Stupid, badass. I'll take the badass in that comparison. I'll take the badass in that comparison. You remember your first stream of mine? What the hell was I doing in that thing? Because that was a long time ago. Hell, man. 3 years ago? Shit. People have been around for a long-ass time. From a Squilla raid, you haven't watched Squilla as much since? Really, only the ones he puts on YouTube now? I mean, that's just... I think that comes with, you know, the grind of things. You know, some people like watching the grind. Some people like watching the final product. And it's fine either way. You know, you kind of find the same thing with speedruns, right? Some people don't like watching the learning of a speedrun. Some people really like the learning process, not so much the heavy resets when you're going for a really good time. Kill Nameless? You're still watching at 160p and probably missed it. Yes. Yes, we beat we beat Nameless. As much of a blur as he might have been to you, we did kill him. Final Fantasy VII Act 1. Damn. That was like Sunday nights, wasn't it? Sunday night, Final Fantasy VII. For like 10 weeks in a row. Yeah, that was back when I was like toying around with the concept of dedicating a particular night of the week to a game, which we're like kind of doing now, but it's a little bit different. We've been doing like the first 2 streams of the week regardless of when they are. Our souls. Yo, Lags, what's going on, dude? I'm gonna get myself killed looking at chat. $20 hours to beat that part of the game? That whole playthrough is only like 45 or 50 hours, I think. Maybe a little bit longer than that? I don't remember, actually. No! I really would have appreciated the stagger after that, not before it, but... You can't always get what you want. Okay, magic phase to follow up is not so bad. Can actually get damage in this phase. R1 spam? Nah, man, I don't want to get... It's all about being very meticulous and patient with your attacking patterns to minimize the amount of times you get hit. As you can see, I have not gotten hit at all yet. Because I don't get greedy. Gotta have that patience. No! I just wanted to send him into second phase. If I actually didn't want to get hit, I would not have done that. 49 hours? That's not too bad. I didn't do a lot of the side stuff. Definitely miss out on a lot of the side stuff in that game. Like being able to actually have your comments read by the streamer, getting too big for you to comment. And that's fair. I still find his reasonably paced for the size to be able to have comments read every so often. I mean, I just, because of how much I'm there and stuff, my name just gets missed, but I understand that. I mean, for me, like, interaction is a big part of things, so you know, sometimes there are a couple big streamers that, like, if I am in a mood to just like lurk and not read, or like not talk and not have messages read, like, I have a few streamers for that. But yeah, for the most part, I like having streams that I can go in and chat, hang out with. Aha! Can read a lot of comments, still no. Just like the smaller community. Are you gonna leave me if we blow up? We're not gonna blow up, so you don't have to worry about that. I know, I like to think that I'm pretty good about reading chat. I know sometimes if it's like a first playthrough, or if something's like super intense focus, it's hard to catch everything, but I definitely try my best to read as much as possible. We support small hashtag support small streamers. You know, like implying that once, you know, you deserve people to watch you because you're small, but once you're small, are they supposed to stick around? You know, how is that whole thing supposed to work? Yeah, we could have no-hit that fight if I didn't get greedy right before that.